All right, now we'll try take 3. We'll see how this one goes. Again, if there's issues, please just wait. I will reload again. If there's issues again, I don't know why they do this. Yep, take 3. Exactly. So, again, just we're going to give it a minute for some people to jump back in here. If this continues to happen, I will continue to go back live. So we will try take 3 here, and we'll see what happens here. But apparently sometimes YouTube doesn't want you to put out certain information. And so we will continue to reload if we have to. So again, I apologize, guys, that this happens. It's not on my end. I can tell you that right now. This is a little game YouTube likes to play with a lot of YouTubers. So believe me, I'm not the only one. So just we will try again. So anyway, so we're going to jump right back into topic. Okay. So the death toll continues to rise from the virus, the coronavirus. The numbers that we're getting, are from yesterday. They're not even today's updated numbers. So when you saw the numbers at 1975 of cases of coronavirus and 56 deaths, that was from yesterday. That doesn't count anything that happened today. All right. So get DLive. But it's just YouTube playing games. It's just YouTube playing games. But anyway, so we were talking about, the numbers. Their numbers are continuing to grow. My concern, and I was talking, I think is when it first got interrupted, my main concern is the fact that you have this incubation period where people do not know that they're sick. And it's up to 2 weeks is what they're talking about. And I just saw a thing today where somebody in China was saying the incubation period is 10 days. Well, if it's 10 days or 2 weeks, there really is not much of a difference, because what's happening is people are infected. They don't know that they're infected, and they're continuing to affect other people. So the infection rate, as I was saying before, right now is 3.8, which means that for every person that is infected, they're infecting 3.8 other people. Now, again, to put that in perspective, what does that mean, right? The Spanish flu, which killed a whole lot of people, the infection rate was 1.8. So for every person infected, they were affecting 1.8 other people. To get a pandemic under control, you need to have the infection rate down below 1. So if 0.9 means you're winning the war on that infection or that spread of the virus. So, that's the problem. So again, right now the infection rate is astronomical for this thing. And the incubation period is my biggest concern with this whole new virus, because again, people are not realizing the number of people they're infecting because they're already infected and don't know it, and they may not show any kind of symptoms for 10 days to 2 weeks that they're sick. Now, all the people that have been infected in the United States are people that recently came back from China, from Wuhan. Okay, so there's 5 people. Hey, Mountain Girl. I don't live in fear, but I do stay vigilant, stay aware, and take precautions. Exactly. That's very, very good advice, and thank you very much for that donation. I do appreciate that. So again, like I said, you have this thing spreading like crazy. So the 5 people in the United States that have been infected are all from China, all from the Wuhan province area and stuff like that, and had just come back from Wuhan. Okay. Some of them were not sick when they came back, and then they got sick after they came home. All right. So again, my thought is, who have they been in contact with since then? Who have the people that they've been in contact with been in contact with? See how this thing kind of has a potential to really snowball, right? Now, the concern obviously is that virus spreading around. So how is it spreading around? Okay, it's human to human contact. It is airborne, which means if you sneeze or cough, if you've ever seen the video of it, it's really, really cool. And I talked about this in my last live chat. When you see somebody sneeze, all this stuff sprays out like crazy. It's unbelievable how it is. And then if you happen to be walking by, I mean, have you ever had anybody sneeze and they're right near you? It happens. You're breathing in that stuff. Those particles could be getting into your eyes and stuff like that. So that's how this virus is really spreading like crazy. Is it something to be concerned about? Absolutely, it's something to be concerned about. As I said, and I was talking in my video the other day, what we need to really focus on right now is preparation. If you are not prepared, you definitely better get prepared, because we just don't know how bad this is really going to get. As I talked about before, over the next week to 2 weeks, we're going to get a better handle on how bad this really is, because, as more and more cases are cropping up, people are going to see, oh my God, all these people are getting sick. What's going on? Okay. So again, who's going to be at the highest risk of getting sick? Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. Max, stop. So we're going to talk. So guys, actually, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. Show the support for the channel. I do appreciate that if you would do that. And also, if you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you get all the notifications. I upload every day. I do live streams 3 days a week. Okay, so I do Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And lately, this is the third one in a row that we've been basically talking about this virus, because it's very concerning for a lot of people, and people are nervous or upset, they're scared, which, it's okay. It's okay to be concerned. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be scared. But the biggest thing you don't want to do is panic. All right, so we're going to talk about who is most susceptible, in my opinion, at this point right now. Okay, I want you to think about this. So the mayor of Wuhan, okay, so right now in Wuhan itself, 9 million people are under quarantine. Okay, 9 million. So you're going to say, well, Ed, that's a city of 11.5 million people. The mayor just stated that up to 5 million people were traveling through China, because that's what they do, because it's the Chinese New Year, right? So it's the Lunar New Year. So you had all these people traveling, and all those events have been canceled because of the outbreak and stuff like that as well. But you had 5 million potential people that are spreading this virus or traveling throughout the country of China or abroad, okay? Because obviously you're looking at where is this all happening? It's happening all over the world now, okay? It is, we have 5 confirmed cases in the United States right now, okay? But my main thought process is, who's the most susceptible? So I want you to think about this, okay? So first of all your airline people, you're in that tin can, and you're in a contained area, and so you have somebody on that airplane that's sick, that's spreading that disease and spreading it around to other people. That's really concerning. So now here's another thing that I'm concerned about. Let's talk about this really quickly before I move on to who else is a potential risk for getting sick. Right now, they're sending a plane over, the United States is, to remove diplomats and American citizens. I guess there's like 1,000 that live in the city of Wuhan, all right? They're going to load these people up, and they're taking a direct flight from Wuhan to San Francisco. I really don't like that idea at all, because, again, you don't know who on that plane is sick, who's been in contact with who. And now, even if you really, and they're going to have to go into isolation when they get back to the States. That's primarily, they want to get them out of there, get them someplace where we can hopefully give them top-notch medical, treatment. But again, there's too many unknowns with this contagion to really say, okay, we know what the parameters are. We know what could happen. We know this and that. We don't. That's the scary part. There's a lot of unknowns with this virus. So again, I won't do fear mongering. I'm not going to get on here and say it's the end of the world as we know it and that type of stuff, because that doesn't serve any kind of purpose at all. Should we be concerned? Absolutely, we should be concerned. Again, in the next 10 days to 2 weeks, we're going to have a lot clearer picture of how truly bad this situation is. I think China is in for a world of hurt. There's a lot of information coming out of China. That I'm sure a lot of people have seen the video of the nurse that got on there and said that, 90,000 people were sick and that people were dying and they're burning the bodies and all this type of stuff. All right. That can't be verified. Now, it could be true, but it can't be verified. Again, what I said the other day, and I'll say this again today, you don't lock down 48 million people and put them in quarantine. And I don't even know how many cities it's up to now, but it's up to 48 million people that they are putting on quarantine in that province, okay? You don't do that for 2,000 cases of a virus. You just don't do it. So it's obviously, in my opinion, it is much worse than they are saying that it is. So again, what can we do? What can we? Oh, so let me go on to who else would be susceptible. Any medical staff dealing with these patients. And again, here's another thing, and somebody had pointed this out to me, and I didn't even think to mention it before because I'm thinking direct patient contact. But you have your heartbeat of hospitals. Who is that? Your maintenance staff, your cleaning staff, all those type of people, your kitchen staff, all those type of people as well. They're in those hospitals every day around all those types of people that are possibly sick or not. You don't know, okay, because of that incubation period. That's probably the scariest part of this whole thing is that incubation period, and people just don't know. Guys, again, I'm going to ask real quick, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I absolutely would appreciate showing the support for the channel. It does mean a lot to me. Yep, somebody just said over 1,000 people in the chat. Largest chat ever, guys, right now. I tell you right now, this is the largest chat ever. Our record, I just want to let you guys all know that if you don't know, if you're unaware, our record for thumbs up, which we just hit on Wednesday, was 841. That was our record for thumbs up. So I'm sure we should be able to smash that today, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. And it's just, I like this. I like you guys showing that support for the channel and what I'm doing here, and I do appreciate it. So just thank you ahead of time. So if you haven't done it, just make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. All right. So, Choo Choo says we are hitting big records. Yeah, we are. And you know what? And it makes sense because people are concerned, and we, like I said, we have the right to be concerned. The biggest thing we don't want to do, guys, and I'm going to reemphasize this a lot when I'm talking tonight, we don't want to panic. Do not panic. I think we still have a window of opportunity, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. I'm absolutely speculating when I say this. I think we have that window of opportunity to continue to get ready. All right. So what are we going to do? What should we do? I'm in the medical field, as you guys know. I'm a nurse, and yes, I still have my license. I retired almost 2 years ago. Next month will be 2 years that I've retired. Okay, but my license is still active, so I'm still technically a nurse, even though I'm not working at the moment. But anyway, what should you guys do right now to protect yourselves? Okay. Again, we talked about the N95 masks. They're getting in very short supply. There are other kind of masks you can get. You can go to Home Depot, you can go to Lowe's, you can go to any of those type of places, you can go to paint stores. The paint stores, the kind of masks that they have are going to be a little bit more expensive, but I'll tell you what, those things are top notch, and you get the filters for them, and you're going to be anything out there that's going through. Some people are saying the N95, the N95 masks are not strong enough, but there's talk that, that the virus is still getting through. But these masks that they have at painter stores that the painters use when they're painting, nothing's going to get through those masks. If you have gas masks, nothing's going to get through a gas mask if it's sealed properly on your face. Somebody like me with a big old beard on their face, it's not going to seal properly, okay? I would have to, clear out an area if I was going to keep my beard on, or just shave the beard off, so that seal is the way it should be on your face. Again, get those type of things. Make sure you get gloves, okay? Make sure you're getting hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer does not kill all bugs, just so you know as well. Hey, Law and Order Prepper, N100 masks are better, he says. Okay, well, and thank you very much for that donation. Yeah, he's saying N100 masks are better than the N95s. So again, you're going to pay more for a better quality mask, but if it could mean the difference between life and death, I would rather have something that's going to be a lot better. I've told you guys I have gas masks. I have the N95 masks already here at the homestead. And so, again, you can't use them indefinitely, but they're good to have if you have to go out, and if you're feeling paranoid, or not so much paranoid, but just being concerned, definitely get that mask, okay? And wear that. Wear gloves. Get the gloves. Make sure you have enough gloves. Because what's going to happen is this. I'm just going to give an example, okay? As this starts to continue to spread in the United States, which I believe that it will, okay? We already got 5 cases, right? Most of them are out west. I'm in the east. What you're going to have, people are going to clean out everything. Everything is going to be gone. You're not, and probably in 2 weeks from now, and this is just a prediction, 2 weeks from now, if this thing continues to spread and get worse in the United States, you are not going to be able to pick up bleach. You're not going to get masks. You're not going to get gloves. You're not going to be able to get gowns. If you're looking to get gowns, medical stores, you can go to medical stores, guys, and they have all kinds of stuff there that you can get as well. They got the face shields that you can get at medical stores as well. Load up, guys. Get as much as you possibly can. Precautions. Proper hand washing. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure that, like bleach, make sure you get, bleach kills everything. So 99.9, that's what bleach kills. So get that bleach, unscented bleach, 50-50 mix with water, clean everything. Okay. That would be my advice as far as that goes. Just be vigilant, be smart. So we're going to talk about some other people that are at risk, okay? So we talked about hospital staff, all the way down to the people working in the kitchen, your maintenance people, all those people. Anybody that has anything to do with a hospital, your receptionists that are taking people in, everybody is at risk for exposure. Those people are at risk for exposure. Now, I want you to think about this. All these goods that are coming in from China, right? We got all this, boats are getting unloaded, and what are they going on, guys? They're going on semis, and our truck drivers are loading them up from the boats, and they're going across the entire country with these semis. Now, I don't know how long it stays on the surface at this point. They haven't figured that out yet. Hopefully, by that point, they're not. But you're in California and you're a truck driver, right? You go to the truck stop and maybe somebody's been in there and they've been exposed. You get exposed. You continue on your journey because you've got 5 other states that you have to hit before you head all the way back home, let's say to the East Coast, okay? Your long-distance truck drivers, they would definitely be at risk, okay, because they're all over the place. They're in diners and they're in all kinds of places like that, eating and stuff like that. They would be at a really big risk for spreading this disease. Any kind of air travel, people, airports, where there are a tremendous amount of people. Think about like bowl games or the Super Bowl. How many people are going to be at the Super Bowl? That's coming up in, another week. Okay. How many people are going to be there? Think about, 100,000 people all jammed together. Where's everybody else? Everybody else is out in bars watching a football game with, 1,500 of their closest friends. I mean, think about that. Okay. Those are things you're going to want to think about. Am I putting myself in a situation where I'm going to be at higher risk? So you have to think about that. I would plan, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it's always better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So here's my advice to you guys. What I would suggest, prepare to shelter in place if you have to, okay? Right now, I don't think it's like, oh my God, we got to get ready to shelter in place right now. We need to be sheltering in place right now. It's not that widespread in the United States yet. As it continues to spread, and I believe, like I said, that it will, it's going to get to that point where we need to really think about sheltering in place, okay? A lot of us have family all over the country, guys. My daughter is in college. I've talked about this, okay? She's in college with a whole bunch of international students, and yes, some of them are from China, okay? That is a concern. As a parent, it's a huge concern. But I can't tell her at this point, you need to come home now, because she won't, because she's an adult and she can do what she wants to do. But I've talked to her, and I've talked to her about, being cautious and keeping an eye on things and watching things. I've talked to her about making sure she's washing her hands and all that type of stuff, and just being smart, okay? But anyway, again, these are things that we really need to pay attention to. We really, really do. Guys, I see we're at like 1,200 people in the chat, which is absolutely amazing. So that's a new record right there alone. But we're at 619 thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, guys, please do so, and I do appreciate the support. And again, I'm going to say, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Make sure you hit that bell icon and get all the notifications. I'm putting out videos every single day. So let's see. Jennifer just said my daughter is in college at ASU. That's concerning. It has to be concerning, especially with one of the cases that has broken out is in Arizona. And I think it is at ASU, I believe, an international student. How many people did he come in contact with before, they found out he was sick? Those are things, I'm going to tell you what, that's probably the scariest part of it right then and there. And with it being flu season on top of it right now, a lot of people are going to have the flu and think they have this virus. So, again, so what are you going to do? You're going to run to the hospital like anybody else would do and try to get tested, try to find out what's going on. There is no cure at this point for this virus. That is scary, okay? That is very, very scary. I just saw something today, and I talked about this in my last live stream, and I said this is a possibility. I would never say that this is where it came from, this is what is the source, but I will say when you have a facility in Wuhan, the city of Wuhan, that is a biological site where they're working on biological weapons, okay? And then all of a sudden, ground zero for this bug getting out, which is killing quite a few people. And if the numbers are to be believed, the real true numbers, I think the numbers are a lot higher. I think there's a lot more dead people than they're saying. I don't think that, they're still trying to control the narrative, if you will. The United States would do the same thing, guys. Don't fool yourselves to think all those terrible Chinese people, they're trying to control everything. The American government would do the exact same thing because they don't want panic. That's what's happening right now in China. A lot of people are panicking. Rightfully so, correct? I mean, this thing is spreading like wildfire over there. A lot of places over there, it is going crazy, okay? I think now there's also a case confirmed in Canada as well, up in Toronto. Again, so what we got to look at, where are places where you have large populations of Chinese people, okay? Toronto would be one. New York City would be another one. San Francisco, all through California, Los Angeles, all over California, there's all kinds of Asian people. And again, Chinese. Let's go with the Chinese people. But there's a lot of people over there. Moonlight, could this be a pandemic plague being covered up as carnivores? Yeah, coronavirus. You know what? It's hard to say. It could be. It could be some kind of major plague. It absolutely could be. And I'm not going to dismiss that, but I'm also not going to confirm it and say, yes, that's what it is. Could it be? It absolutely could be. And that's even more scary, to be honest with you. And thank you very much for that donation. Here's something I want you guys to think about. People are always so concerned that it would be this event or that event, which would be the major event that happened. And I've always said, trying to think logically, if something was done on purpose, okay? If you wanted to do something on purpose, how would you do it? And a virus would be the best way because it kills off the people but leaves the infrastructure intact. I mean, think about that logically. That is the best way for that to happen. Now, I'm not saying we're at that point yet. I'm not saying that, okay? It is not widespread enough at this point to say, oh my God, let's strap in and, and lock down, all right? We're not at that point yet. But it is definitely very, very concerning. As these numbers every day are coming out, they're jumping up higher and higher. I'm interested to see what the numbers will be tomorrow. I've heard that the death toll, the unofficial, what we're being told, the death toll is now up to 80. I don't know if that's a realistic number or not. I do believe that the numbers are being suppressed. I think a lot more people are sick than they are saying. But again, I'm not going to go with unconfirmed sources and say this is the gospel and this many people are infected and this many people are sick. Unfortunately, we live in a society where a lot of people play games, and they will use this to put fear into people. To number one, what's the number one thing that we want to try to do if we're trying to scare people, right? We're trying to sell something, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you what. I could have very easily, I am a reseller for freeze-dried foods, as anybody that watches my channel knows. Percy A, thank you very much for that donation. I hope I said your name right. Persi. Thank you very much. I appreciate that donation. I could very easily say, okay, look, I'm doing this sale, freeze-dried food, get it all now, get ready, the end of the world is coming. I'm not doing a sale right now because I don't want people to think that I'm coming on here trying to do nothing but sell something. That's not what I'm coming on here for. I'm trying to wake people up. I'm trying to make sure that you are aware of what is going on, the factual stuff, not the sensationalist stuff that's going on out there. Like I said, could this be a plague? Could this be being covered up that it is a plague and it's affecting a whole bunch of people? It absolutely could be. Hey, Mary, how you doing? And thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It could be, guys, but I'm not going to sit here and say that, yes, this is what it is when I don't know. I'm going to go on facts. The fact is, should we be concerned? Yes, we absolutely should be. Will this thing continue to spread? I believe that it absolutely will because of the numbers. Like I told you earlier, when you have a transmission rate right now of 3.8, when everyone affected is affecting 3.8 people, all right, to get a plague under control, you need to get that number under 1. You need to get 0.9 or lower, then you're winning the war. Right now, we're at 3.8. Again, the Spanish flu, as I told you, the transmission rate for the Spanish flu was 1.8. Look how many people died from that, okay? It's definitely very, very concerning. We need to be ready. You need to get your supplies in hand. If you don't have those supplies in hand, I would absolutely recommend that you do so. We don't know what's going to come of this. We really don't. We have to sit back, watch, but at the same time, be vigilant, be ready to react at that moment's notice. Now, like again, what would my suggestions be for that? Again, get all those cleaning products that I said, get all the protection that you can get, like I said already, okay? Also, I would get enough food and water and stuff that if you have to shelter in place for 4 to 6 weeks before you ever left your house, get those supplies that you need, get that food. Now, again, I would absolutely recommend, and this is something that has to be talked about because it is if you are sheltering in place and you are not leaving, what happens with the toilets if the toilets aren't working, right? Make sure you get yourself a 5-gallon bucket. Get the heavy-duty contractor garbage bags or some kind of heavy-duty bag that you can put into that 5-gallon bucket. Use that. I don't care if you have to tie that waste up and toss that out the window of your apartment building. Make sure that you can go to toilet properly, not be able to have all kinds of bad things happening. All right? Just be smart. That's the biggest thing. Be smart with this situation. Be prepared, be ready, and just do what you have to do. Like I said, would I be doing any overseas travel right now? I wouldn't do any overseas travel right now. I definitely would not be going to China right now. So again, you have to make a choice. Do you feel that you are going to be fine? Do you want to take that risk? Why take the risk? That's my point. If I had an opportunity, if they gave me free tickets right now to go to China, I'm not going. I made a joke earlier today with my daughter, and it was absolutely a joke, guys. I said, "Oh, I got good news," and she was like, "What's that?" I said, "I got your mother on all-inclusive 2-week vacation to China, to Wuhan, China." And I said, I didn't tell your mom that because I don't think she would think that was funny, but I just was doing it as a goof. But again. Is it scary? Yes, this is very, very scary. Don't travel to China. Thanks for the info. Well, come on. Masks are only good for 2 to 8 hours of use. Law and Order Prepper just said that. Okay. So again, like I said, the biggest thing is, guys, is be smart, be safe. That's the biggest thing. It is a very scary situation. It really, truly is. And I get that. And everybody has that right to be scared. But again, don't panic. The biggest thing is don't panic. Get ready as much. Let's put it like this. If you are in Canada, if you are in the continental United States, if you are in Europe, anywhere in Europe at this point, even Australia, okay, my advice to you is to get things in place right now, because in a week to 10 days, you're not going to be able to get those supplies. And I'm not talking food. I'm talking about the other supplies that we need to be able to, clean things like with bleach and everything like that. It's already, if you try to go and get masks online right now, it's impossible. Very, very limited what you can get online anymore, if you can get anything at all. Again, be smart. The people in China, I can guarantee you, they are in very, very desperate times. When you have the president of China finally come on and admit that this is a very, very bad situation, that's saying a lot, okay? Because that means it is out of control and they don't have a handle on it. Like I said, again, you don't lock down 48 million people, you don't lock down 48 million people for something that's only affecting 2,000 of your citizens. You don't do it. Again, scary, scary stuff. Absolutely it is, but you just have to be really, really smart about it. Sean says we can hit over 900 easy. Oh, for the thumbs up, Sean? Yeah, we never know. So we're at, what, 783 on the thumbs up, guys? If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do so, I definitely would appreciate that. I will go over past 9 because of the screw-ups today. We'll do at least an hour on here. We're 30 minutes in right now. So I'll do at least an hour because of the screw-ups that they did, in the beginning. So we're going to go past 9 o'clock, just so you guys know. And let's see what we got here. Guys, if you have a question, please put it all in all cap lock so it stands out for me. And that way I see it more. And if I don't get to your question, it's not on purpose, I promise you. Hey, The Groove, my wife and I are curious when President Trump will address the nation to keep calm. You know what? That's something to think about. Well, think about this too, guys. Who did the president just meet with? He just met with a Chinese delegation getting all things set up. Think about that as well. You know what I mean? That's could he have been exposed? I mean, that's some scary stuff if you think about it. That's a possibility too. You don't know. I mean, I would think he would have shown signs and symptoms at this point right now. But right now it's, like I said, it's not, it's not showing that. But again, we just met with, our representatives in our government just met with the Chinese to sign that pact for the trade agreement. Very, very scary stuff. And again, thank you for that donation. I really do appreciate that. That's very kind of you. If you were a healthcare worker, would you go to work on Monday? At this point, I still would right now, because you don't know yet. If it continues to get worse, let's put it like this, okay? If they were saying that, okay, now we have 2,000 plus cases in the United States, at that point, I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take a vacation. If I was still in the healthcare field, working in the field, that's what I would do at this point. They can't fire you for calling in sick. Who knows? You could have the flu, right? They can't say that you don't. So, but weaponized virus to start World War III. Iran attacked the embassy. Well, yeah, it's hard to say. I'm not going to speculate. That's the one thing I will tell you guys I will not do. I will not speculate on stuff. I'm going to give, like I said, I'm going to try to give you as much factual information. I'm not trying to scare you. I want you to be vigilant. That's what I want you to do. I want you to be methodical. I want you to think things through. I want you to be prepared. Again, prepare to shelter in place. That would be my biggest advice right now. As things continue to get worse, which do I believe that they will? I do believe that they will, okay? If you see the way that it is going in China right now, it is out of control. And that's just the numbers that they're giving us, all right? I think that it is a lot worse. And again, my biggest concern is the incubation period, all right? So if you were in Wuhan and here's what I want you to think about too, okay? They just locked the city down, right? Would they do it on the 24th? I think they locked the city down, which is 3 days ago. And then they've continued to lock down other cities since then, right? They had a window of time where everybody knew that Wuhan was going to be locked down. Now, if you're in that city of Wuhan and you're not showing signs and symptoms, what are you going to do? You're going to get out, right? Thomas Turner, watch the map for proximity, stay vigilant. This is the only veteran reporting, copy and paste. Yeah, I saw that as well. And they were talking about the different places that it is right now. And thank you very much for that donation, Thomas, as well. I do appreciate that. But yes, go back to his thing there, guys, and paste that. It's a tracker that's going to tell you exactly where the virus is, or where the cases are and how many and stuff like that. What we're being told. Let's clarify what we're being told. Could it be a lot worse in the United States already? It absolutely could be. Is it a lot worse in China? I absolutely believe it's a lot worse in China. This thing is spreading, okay? They're going to try to keep it under control and under wraps as long as they possibly can, because they don't want people to panic, all right? If everybody knew that some major thing was going on right now, nobody's going to work, right? Nobody's going to show up for work, and that's not what they want right now. They don't want that. So, oh, I see we're at our new record on thumbs up too, guys. We just crossed over 900, so thank you so much for that. And we're at 1.4 as people watching, which is absolutely also a new record. So, thank you for everybody that's put the word out there to come and watch. I do appreciate that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that, join button, and make sure you hit that bell icon to get all the notifications. So, please subscribe, like, share. Let's get the word out there, okay? We don't want people to be scared. We don't want people to panic. We want people to be smart at this point, okay? And here's something in this. Okay, so I'm gonna mention this because I think it's important in being relative to what is going on. So what is in the news right now today? Boom, all over the news in the United States. Kobe Bryant just died in a helicopter crash along with his daughter, and I believe it was 7 other people. Very, very sad, which I agree. Loved Kobe Bryant, loved watching him play basketball. But what is going on is a whole lot bigger than Kobe Bryant and him dying. Now, I feel bad that the man died. Like I said, I really enjoyed watching him play, but that's part of life, unfortunately. Hey, Glad Legend, thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. You want to bet you can be fired? I got sick last year after calling in sick 2 days, excessive absences. Well, you know what? So, okay, so if that's the case, let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you get fired from your job as a nurse, as a CNA, as a respiratory therapist or whatever. The medical field is the one place where you have absolute job security. You're going to get another job someplace else. That's the reality of it. So if you got to take some time off to hopefully save your life, if that's your choice, and again, that's absolutely your choice. I'm not telling you to do that at this point. I'm not saying don't go to work at this point. If it comes to that point where I feel that you should probably not go to work and to get your kids out of school and keep them home, I'll tell you. I would absolutely tell you, so jobs won't matter in martial law. Well, absolutely. And the other thing that's not going to matter in martial law is if you decide not to go to work because it's too dangerous to go to work. If you need to shelter in place, you're going to need to shelter in place. It's going to be, if this thing's, okay, does this virus have the potential to be something that is going to be catastrophic for the world? It absolutely does. It has that potential, okay? Now, will that happen? I don't know, to be honest with you. So, California is at risk being the most, California is at risk the most because you have a huge Asian population in California. Up in Seattle, same thing, a very large Asian population there as well. New York City, very, very large Asian population. Okay, so what I want you guys to remember too, this virus came at absolutely the worst time possible. And why is that? It's the Chinese Lunar New Year where everybody is traveling. They're going to visit family and friends and stuff like that. And this virus started in December, right? December 18th was my daughter's last day of college, and they were on winter break until the 12th. They had 3 weeks. All these kids for my daughter's college had 3 weeks. Other colleges had another week on top of that. Some of them did. All right. She had to be back to school on the 13th. So what did all these kids do? Right? They traveled. They went on vacation. If you were an overseas student, you went home. Okay. That's what kids do. My daughter came home and we went on vacation. We had a very nice vacation too, by the way. But again, people were traveling. They were going all over the place. So now you have people all over the world traveling. This virus has been spreading. People did not know. And it's, and so again, and now that they know, the notification to the people of Wuhan, I saw a video of a young man was talking about what was going on. He was saying that they were not notified that they should be wearing masks in a timely manner. They were not notified of things and how bad things were getting. And literally until it was too late. So 968 on the thumbs up. Oh, hit it. I was wondering, what's he talking about? 968. Sorry, I didn't even see that. That's funny. That's another way to lock people down, right? Okay, Angel Eyes, she's saying 2.8 million infected, over 100,000 dead. You know what? That has not been proven. Okay, that has not been proven. So I'm not going to get on here and say that that's the true number, because I don't know. I really truly don't. I don't know. So again, I will not speculate. I won't do it, guys. All right. We don't know how bad the numbers are. We really truly don't. So what we need to do, again, right now, the people of Europe, the people in Australia, the people in Canada, the people in the United States, wherever you are around the world, South America, wherever you are, now is your opportunity. It's basically right now primarily centered in China at the moment. It's starting to spread out. Yes, we all know that, right? Now is your opportunity to get as ready as you possibly can be to shelter in place if you have to. Food, water, medical supplies, get your bleach, get all that stuff, because I'm telling you right now, if this thing continues to get worse, which I fear that it will, okay, I hope it doesn't. I'm going to tell you what, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. In a week to 10 days from now, you're not going to be able to get any kind of supplies as far as bleach, masks, gloves, gowns, face shields. You're not going to be able to get it. Gas masks. There's going to be a run on everything. You're not going to be able to get anything. So if you have that opportunity right now, I suggest, and I don't sell them on my website, so I don't want you to think I'm trying to push anything that I sell on my website, because I do not sell those on my website. Get a chance, get over there, get that stuff, get food, get water, get loaded up. If you, especially guys, if you live in the cities, prepare to shelter in place. Because I'm going to tell you one thing I can almost guarantee you. If this thing is worst case scenario and people are sheltering in place, you're not going to really have to worry about getting raided, because people are not going to want to have contact with other people. Okay. So if you can get into your apartment and lock it down and stay in that apartment for a month to 6 weeks, maybe 2 months if you have to, before you even thought about venturing out. If you can do that and are prepared, do it. Get ready for that contingency, because we don't know. There's way too many unknowns with what is going on right now with this virus. All right. Again, do I believe we are getting the full picture? Absolutely not. Do I think we ever will? Absolutely not. If you buy on eBay, make sure it's not from China. Well, you know what? I think that by the time it got there, it might be pretty squared away. What are the best gloves for protection? Any kind of latex, well, they have the latex and then they have the non-latex gloves. Those are good gloves to have, because they're giving you that barrier. They're giving you that protection. So let's put it like this. Okay, so think about this. If you have to, worst case scenario, a pair of winter gloves if you don't have other gloves to use, okay? But now what you're going to need to do with those winter gloves, if you have to go out and about in public, you're going to have to disinfect them afterwards. You're going to have to wipe them down with bleach and water, okay? Again, the worst case scenario, if you can't get gloves, winter gloves will work in a pinch. Like I said, you don't want to be touching everything. Be smart. If you're going out now, my suggestion again, you get to the grocery store, you get your cart. They got the things, you just pull it down, pull that wipe your cart down. Wherever you're going to be touching that cart, get your stuff, get it packed up, get out of there as quickly as you possibly can. When's the best time to shop? Shop at night. Walmart, if you go to Walmart in the middle of the night, there's nobody there. I've been to Walmart many, many times late at night, because I'm a night person. Even if you go at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, there's no one in there. I'm not doing hot tea today, guys, because we hit like 40 degrees right around that, and it's very warm, so I didn't do hot tea tonight. So I just got my green tea. But anyway, guys, like I said, just don't panic. That's the biggest thing right now. Now is not the time to panic. Now is the time to use your noggin, okay? Be smart, okay? The plague was a virus. Absolutely. Yes, it was. Will the city shut down the water? That's hard to say. I don't know. I think they're going to try to keep things running as long as they possibly can. But so here's the thing, guys. If nobody's going to work and nobody is doing anything like that, what are you going to do? There's the thing. What can you do? So again, be smart, be vigilant, stay on top of stuff. All right. Don't panic. That's the biggest thing. Get ready. If you have procrastinated to this point and have done nothing, get ready. It could save your life. That's all my advice. And the thing is, the best part is, if you go out and buy that bleach, or you buy the gloves, or buy whatever, at some point, that is something that you can absolutely use no matter what anyway. If you go out and buy extra food and extra bottled water and those type of things, those are things that you're going to use anyway, okay? Get those things, have them in place. Like I said, be smart. That's the biggest thing. Be smart about it. And again, if you got to go out and go get that shopping done, go late at night. That's what I do a lot of times. I mean, today, like I said, if you watched my video earlier today, and I got enough feed right now. I didn't need any more feed, okay? But I decided to go out. I bought another 100 pounds of cracked corn. I bought another 50 pounds of meal. I bought a 50-pound bag of dog food and a 30-pound bag of cat food. I'm good to go on all those things. But I just said to myself, you know what? Worst case scenario, now I'm loaded and I got enough food to feed my animals for several months. Best case scenario, nothing happens, this thing dies down, and I'm stocked up on food for a couple of months. So again, that is not a lose situation. That is not throwing money away. That's putting it out there maybe before you wanted to, but it's not a bad thing to do. It's better to be safe than sorry. I can't tell you how many times, through the course of mankind, things have happened and people goes, geez, I wish. Well, there's that old saying, guys, wish in one hand and poo-poo in the other, and see which one fills up first. And I guarantee you know which one's going to fill up first. I want you to take care of yourself. That's my biggest thing. I'm trying to help you to help yourself. Do you feed the chickens their eggshells? Mr. Rose asked me that. I do not. Actually, that goes into compost and that goes into the garden. That's where the eggshells go. What I give them cracked oyster shells, and I put that in their feed so they have that to use for the eggs. And then they get out in the yard and they peck and do whatever they do out there. If it gets bad, hospitals will be on lockdown. Ricky just said that, and you're 100% right. They're going to tell people not to go to the hospital. They're going to tell you to take care of your loved ones at home, So, Richard Ruckman just said that's a win-win. Exactly. Being prepared, there's nothing wrong with being prepared. So now you go out and you spend that money you might not have wanted to spend right now. But what's the end result of it? Down the road, if nothing goes bad, you have stuff that you don't have to get for a few months. If things and if things do go bad, holy crap, you're the smartest guy in the room, right? Because you were prepared, you're ready, you're there to take care of your family, or a woman in the room. So I don't want to leave the ladies out. I apologize. Yes, rice and beans will keep you alive. Yeah, rice and beans will keep you alive. They absolutely will. It's good to have other things with that so that you can change up the texture and the taste of that. So, yeah, Angel Eyes said every penny's worth it in these times. Right, because you know what, guys? Right now, there's too many unknowns. Unknowns make me nervous. I'm going to tell you what, they don't scare me, but unknowns make me nervous. So in the last 5 days, I've been to the grocery store 3 times. All right, 3 times, because I said, all right, let's just say if things continue to get worse, what should I add? I mean, and if anybody watches my channel knows, I'm prepped out the wazoo. I'm a prepper. That's what I do. I live off grid and I prep. So I am prepared for whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, I could shelter in place, a couple of years if I had to. Nebraska enforcement specialist. I'm a full-time RVer, and I'll be spending the next few months camping in the woods. You know what, my friend? I do not blame you. I don't blame you at all. And thank you very much for that donation. And I will almost guarantee you he is loaded up, and he just said he's going to spend the next couple months in the woods. I'll guarantee you he's loaded up with food and supplies, and he is ready for that contingency. That is why, folks, we do what we do. That is why we prep. That's why we get ready, because of the unknown. There's no guarantee that things are going to stay the same forever. At some point, something is going to happen. be it a pandemic, be it whatever else is happening. There's always going to be something that is going to happen at some point. I'm going to ask again, guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, we're obviously at a new record for viewers. We're at 1.5K watching. We're at a new record for thumbs up. We're at 1,000 thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I would absolutely ask you to do so to show your support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you hit that bell icon so you get all notifications. I live stream 3 days a week, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every time. As things continue with this, Nebraska Enforcement Specialist. Again, thank you very much. Another donation from him. Thank you. And good luck to you, my friend. I hope everything works out great for you. I really do. I hope it works out great for all of you guys. Help yourselves. That's what I want. I want you to help yourselves. Be smart. Don't blow this off and think, oh, it's just another scare tactic. They're just trying to scare us. You know what? Let's say it is. Let's say it is a scare tactic. I don't believe that it is. I really don't. And I'm not going to say, let's say it's a scare tactic, but I don't believe that it is, and I'm going to tell you why. Have you ever, in the history of mankind, since we have communications from around the world, have you ever seen any time in the last, 150, 200 years where they locked down 48 million people? Have you ever seen that? That right there alone, if I knew nothing else that was going on, if I knew just that fact alone, that they were locking down that many people, that would be enough. Hey, Ethan G., thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ethan. That's very kind of you. That alone, guys, locking down 48 million people, that's enough to scare the crap out of me. I'll be honest with you. That put me in high gear. I'll be honest with you as well. So, it really does. Hey, Choo Choo. Yeah, we're going to do that in a little bit. We're going to do that in a minute, Choo Choo. But, again, this is not a time for being wishy-washy. This is a time to be as ready as you can be, okay? I know Choo Choo's having a cabin delivered on Tuesday. If I was Choo Choo, I would make sure that's delivered, and I'd make sure there were supplies in place. Again, have a game plan too, guys. If you have family members, I don't care where they are around the country, if they need to get to you, have a plan on how they're going to get to you, okay? That's important. Again, now what are you going to do? This virus is spreading all over the place, right? We got, let's say it goes crazy and it's all over the place. And here I am up here in my mount or my hills, protected and safe, and everything is wonderful, right? What am I going to do? My people come to me, they are going into a mandatory isolation period. Okay, they're going to be isolated for a while. So somebody had asked me, could I turn the greenhouse into an isolation area? Absolutely. It'd be a perfect example of where I could put people, separate people. I could even coordinate off areas of the greenhouse for that. Like, so I have a group of people show up, right? A group of my people show up, and let's say there's 10 of them. I put them in the greenhouse. A week later, another group of people from my people show up. What am I going to do with them? Am I putting them in a greenhouse too? You can't do that, right? I'm not going to cross-contaminate. I'm going to put them someplace else. I have a lot of outbuildings that can be utilized for that purpose. That's why I have what I have here. I'm always thinking ahead, I promise you. I always am. Everything is done for a reason. There is a plan for everything. But people are going to need to go into quarantine for a period of time, make sure that they are not sick. Once they're not sick, then they come into the main group, and then we go from there, okay? It sounds silly, but it's not silly. If this thing is as deadly as it is being portrayed to be online from sources getting things out there, this could be very, very dangerous, okay? Max, stop. He's scratching his head. So, all right, guys, at this point, what I am going to do, I'm going to do what we normally do, because we got about 5 minutes left before I jump off here. Max, stop. He's scratching himself. Sorry, guys. We are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We are all over the world. And we are Legion not in the biblical sense, the bad sense. We are Legion in the good sense, because preppers, off-gridders, we're all over the place, okay? What I'm going to ask you guys, whatever part of the country that you're in, what state you're in, what country that you live in. Let me know right now, where's everybody from tonight? So we got Idaho, we got Connecticut, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Hamilton, New York. We have Arizona, Albany, Georgia, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, Florida, Kansas, Alabama, Long Island, Los Angeles, Colorado, Louisiana, Washington State, Minnesota, New Zealand, Georgia. It's going by real fast, guys. We got Dansville, New York. Very cool. Texas, Brooklyn Park. Let's see, Arizona, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Ohio. We have California again. Oh, my goodness. Metro Detroit. That's in Michigan. All right, Max. All right, you're done. You're done. Go. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Indiana, New Jersey, Wisconsin, Los Angeles, California, Hong Kong. Very nice. Ohio. We have New Jersey, Oklahoma. This is going crazy, guys, so I apologize. I'm not going to get them all. We have Alabama, Alaska, Los Angeles, California, Florida, Michigan, Ontario, that's in Canada, Oregon, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got Germany, very nice, Philadelphia, Buffalo, New York, Florida, Peoria, Illinois, Detroit, St. Louis, California again, South Carolina, Virginia, Spain, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, Buffalo, New York. So, guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stop reading them there at that point. But we're all over the country, guys. We're all over the world. We are all over the place. It is amazing how big of a network of people that we are. And at the times like this is when we really, truly can come together. We really need to be vigilant right now. We need to be ready. Don't be scared. Be prepared, okay? This is why we prep. This is what these type of things, and we don't know where this is going to go. So I'm going to put that right out there in the beginning. We don't know how bad this thing is going to get, but from all signs, it could be something that's going to be very, very devastating for a lot of people. So continue to be prepared. Continue to get ready. That's the best thing that we can possibly do at this point in time. I'm going to ask one more time, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, guys, please do that to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. Let's see if we can get that to 1.2 as far as the thumbs up goes. Obviously, we're at a new record, but I'd like to see it hit 1.2 if we can do that before the show goes off here. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon. And I would, like I said, I appreciate the support so you get notifications. I'm on here all the time. I do videos every single day, guys, okay? And again, I do appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you for sharing information. I hope I kind of put some fears to rest a little bit. We need to be concerned, but don't panic again. I'm going to reiterate that a lot. Don't panic at this point. Get ready. Prepare to shelter in place if you have to. If you can pick up plastic as well, okay? That's really important because that can be used as vapor barriers and stuff like that as well. If you're trying to isolate people, or if you have some people that are sick, you want to put them in one room. That's a good way to do it. Oh, I see we hit 1.2 on the thumbs up. Awesome. Unbelievable. Great turnout tonight, guys. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. Thank you so much. I want to thank my moderators. They absolutely do a fantastic job of keeping the chat clean. So moderators, thank you so much. You guys do an awesome job. I really, really appreciate that. 4 or 6 mil plastic. Homestead prepper. Yep. Either one, 4 or 6 mil. The stronger you can get, probably the better. That would be my advice. But you know what? This is what all of us preppers and stuff, this is why we do what we do. If this thing truly blows up and goes out of control, this is why we prep, okay? Is it the real deal? I don't know yet. It's too early to tell. But again, better to be safe than sorry. Prepare to shelter in place. Get ready for that contingency because we just don't know at this point, all right? There's nothing wrong with loading up on your preps. Like I said, I've been out 3 times this week. Today was more focused on my animals. Getting extra for them. That was my focus today. I focused on food and other supplies. And I think I went over what, I mean, I went and I picked up bleach, I picked up hand sanitizer, stuff like that. I have gloves, I have masks, I have all that stuff already here. So, you know, I didn't really need to pick up any more of those type of things, but it's better to be safe than sorry, guys. Okay. Again, I appreciate all you guys, really, truly do. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. This is the time to be smart, be ready, really, truly do, okay? Remember to hug and kiss the ones you love and tell them every single day. That is so important, to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel, because we never know what is going to happen, okay? We just don't know. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you, okay? If you are interested, I'm going to put it out there. If you are interested in the freeze-dried foods, I do sell them on my website at preparedness1.com. I am a reseller for Legacy Foods. So if you are interested in that and you want to do that, you know, not a bad thing to have. It's a great prep to have. Lightweight, good food, largest portion sizes out there, okay? I will talk to you all later. I will look for you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. I hope you had a good weekend. And again, stay vigilant, guys, okay? Be safe, all right? I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.